So we'll be able to see it
All
like
right,
on
it's live now.
live.
Yes. I'm gonna see if it's on.
Yeah, let's see if it's showing up.
Yeah, I see it on our Facebook page.
Yeah, it's on. So I'll share it to the group now. Yeah, it's live on Instagram as well.
Awesome. Yay. Oh, look, and we can see the new. Hi, everyone. Oh, yeah, they're coming in. Yay, it's working. Nick is employee of the day.
I'm glad it's working so far.
Hopefully my eyeball isn't like.
No, you're like perfect, like camera and everything.
Sweet.
Hi.
Hi, everyone.
This is our new streaming service, so please give us your feedback afterwards. Hopefully this works for everyone. We're going to be on our Facebook page, Facebook group, and on Instagram today.
And I think we're on YouTube too.
I think we're on YouTube too. So
wow,
it's so much better. Heidi will be able to present for you, and we won't have the meta issues that we were having before, having a group lives.
Sweet. Awesome. Well, now do we want to get started? Do we want to give people a few minutes, or what do you think?
It looks
This
like
mic
there's
is
quite a few people here.
Yeah, awesome. Well, should we get started, Gracie, do you think?
Yeah, let's do it.
Awesome. All right. Well, welcome everyone. Welcome to our new streaming platform. This is so much better. Looks like from your comments that the background and the framing and the sound is a lot better. So that's great. Thanks to Nick too, who has saved us. Well, we're excited for day 2 of our membership launch, or day 2 of our membership week. We want to talk to you today. First of all, I'm going to kind of summarize what we talked about yesterday, because I know the live was a little bit crazy and some of you weren't able to get back on, and with just the way Meta works. So I think we'll summarize it really quick again and make sure that everyone knows where to find everything. And then today we're going to talk about some of the exclusives, and we're going to introduce you to some of them. Some of them we can show you pictures of. Some of them we can't show you pictures of because they're still getting the patent work done, but we can certainly talk about them all. So thanks for joining us. And I thought maybe I'd go over our membership tiers really quick for everyone. In fact, maybe since we have this new thing where we can share our screen, give me a second and let's actually pop over to our membership page, and give me just a second and I'll share my screen with you guys. Okay, let's see if we can get this to work. Okay, I think we could put it on there we go. Look at that. Can you guys see that okay? We should see hopefully us three still, and just like a little screen share. You should see the Grace Rose Estate membership.
I see it.
Awesome. Okay, so let's just dive into. So we have this beautiful landing page for you. We have, when you go to the website, there's a little pop-up that pops up in the lower right-hand corner that gives you a quick link. You can also find it if you go to Rose Bushes and hit Estate Membership. And so that brings you to our landing page. So I just wanted to show you guys where that was at. Let's scroll down here. We have our comparison chart that kind of shows you the breakout of each one of the memberships. You can also find that on each one of the different product pages. So here we have the 3 different memberships. So you can see there's 3 tiers. We have the gardener, the collector, and the conservator. And each one kind of builds on the one prior to it. So that way we wanted to be able to offer memberships at different price points for different levels of rose passionate people. So I thought maybe I'd go over each one, and you can actually go right into the product page here. We haven't shut off. You can't purchase it yet. We just wanted to turn it on to give everyone some time to look through and review the details of the program, to give you a couple days to be able to walk through it. So here's our gardener. This is the $99 membership. It's for 1 full year. It's paid all at once at the beginning. So it's not a monthly subscription. It's a one-time payment of $99. And the day that you purchase it, which we will open it up to current members on Thursday and everybody else on Saturday. Your membership starts the minute you purchase it. And we have those dates right here when the timeline is, when they're open for enrollment. With the gardener, there's a couple free products. You get a free bare root of your choice, which is different than last year. Last year, you were just sent a very specific variety. This year, you get to choose what your bare root is. It's a little different this year because it does have to be purchased. You do need to purchase a bare root in order to pick out your free bare root. So that was the best way we could keep the pricing down and accessible, because you don't have to participate in this. You can if you'd like to. So all those details are there. You also get a free 15 stem bouquet with the purchase of any rose bouquet. So you get to have an extra bouquet that you can gift to someone or to keep for yourself. The retail value alone of this one is $119 to $179 with the free bare root and the free luxury 15 stem bouquet. So we really built this around that, you're getting your value back immediately. And then on top of that, we have all these awesome perks. So the one that people seem to be most excited about so far is this early access piece. So you will have, as a gardener, your own private collection page with 48-hour early access to all of our new non-exclusive plant launches. Examples of that means like just new non-exclusive rose offerings, or if we restock roses that have been out of stock, new bouquets, hydrangeas, shrubs, edibles, perennials, things that aren't exclusive to Grace Rose Farm, which is the majority of our products. We have lots of exclusive things coming, but majority of the products that we sell are not exclusive to us. And so you're going to have the first stab at a lot of these. And a lot of these products are still in very small quantities because we've been sourcing lots of really unique and different things. So you'll have your own private collection page just for gardeners, as long as you're logged in with the email that you use to purchase the subscription. That's important. None of your perks work unless you are logged in. You'll also get 25% off all potted roses for an entire year. There's no minimum, no maximum. It's a coupon code that will be automatically emailed to you after you purchase the subscription. In fact, a lot of these are run by coupon codes that will be emailed to you after you purchase the membership. And so you can use that 25% off all year long. It's our deepest discount that we'll have. Our promise to you is that as a member, you'll always have a better discount than non-members. So if there was one time of the year where maybe we offered a one-day deal on some sort of product for a non-member at 25% off, we would always make sure the member would get 30% off. And so that's really rare and will only happen 1 or 2 times. The rest of the year, you guys get 25% off. It's more than everybody else gets. Our typical standard discount that we do on our website is between 15 to 20%. And so you're always going to have that little bit of extra off any of your potted roses. And keep in mind, this is only for potted roses. Okay, so it's not going to work on other plants like hydrangeas or lavender, things like that. Okay, so the coupon code is for potted roses. That's estate size, estate trees, estate climbers, and 1 gallons, and all the other sizes that we have, 3 gallons. The other perk is you get 20% off your David Austin Always in Bloom Rose Bouquet subscription. You can choose how often and how big of a bouquet that you want. And that savings continues on for every recurring payment. It's not just the first one. It's all every single time you get billed for your subscription, it'll be 20% off. And you can use this as many times as you like. You can give this as a gift for friends and family. You can also reroute some of your subscriptions if there's certain bouquets you want to gift. And they're also going to have an incredible amount of exclusive offers and discounts throughout the year that are unique just to members. Okay. So let's go back and I'll just review the collector one really quick. So let's go into the collector. So this membership was designed for those who buy a lot of roses and really want to get a lot of savings and a lot of free things out of this. This membership is $2.99. It will open on the same timeline. We're going to open all of the memberships in the same timeline. So the free products, as a collector, you get 3 free bare root of your choice. So the 3 lowest in your cart will be the free. You do have to purchase 1 to get 3 for free. And the member does pay shipping. We are going to have, and you're going to talk about this in a minute, some exclusive bare root roses of Grace Rose Farm. Those aren't included or eligible for the free ones. We have very limited amount of those, but we do have some, and so we'll talk about those in a minute. You also get a free 3-gallon Wanderlust Roses Pink Tumbleweed shipped to you automatically. There's no purchase necessary. The shipping is free. We ship that during April to October, and so if you purchase it here in the next couple weeks, we'll ship it to you through the end of October. And then if you purchase a membership in the winter, we'll ship it to you in the spring. The collectors get 30 free stems of bouquets with a purchase of any rose bouquet. And so the retail value of that is $224 to $364, depending upon, you know, the bare root and which luxury rose bouquet. And also that includes the pink tumbleweed for free. So you can see that you're going to get your money's worth back in free product. And then on top of that, you get all these incredible perks. So one of the big perks that is different from the gardener versus the collector, other than obviously you get more free stuff, is that the collector will have reserved access to our exclusive roses. We're going to talk about those today, and that includes Japanese roses, Mayon, Cortez, and we have some other breeders as well. These are extremely limited, and we'll talk to you more about that, the reality of those numbers, in just a minute. You will also get 48-hour early access to new exclusive product launches like gloves, snips, and compotes. And then, of course, you'll also have the early access to the non-exclusive plant launches. Collectors will have their own private collection page where these things will go in for 48 hours and then move over to the website. And so you just need to come back and check often. We're going to do lots of emails and social media posts about new things that are dropping into everyone's collections so that you'll know that things are dropped in there. Collectors also have 25% off all potted roses. Same deal. No minimum, no maximum. You can use it for an entire year. You can't combine it with other coupon codes, but you can use it as many times as you like. And then the collectors get an extra 5% off the David Austin Always in Bloom bouquet subscriptions. And then they'll also be privy to lots of other discounts throughout the year. So let's go over and just review the conservator one more time. And then we'll dive into all the exclusives, which is, I know why you guys are here. Okay, so our conservator membership was really built for, you know, the rosarians who are incredibly passionate, very large collectors, big rose gardens. We built this for you. We have some really special things in here. So the price of this membership is $6.99. Let's roll down here to all the free products. So the free products definitely pay for this membership. You're going to get 6 free bare root roses of your choice. And it's the same. You just need to purchase 1 bare root rose, and then you get to select 6 for free. Obviously, the 6 lowest price items in the cart are the ones that are free. and the exclusive Bare Root roses are not eligible for the free ones. You get a larger stem bouquet. You get 45 free stems with the purchase of a bouquet. You also get the free 3-gallon pink tumbleweed shipped to you. And as an addition, you get a free estate rose bush of your choice when you purchase any other estate rose. So if you're purchasing an estate rose bush, tree, or climber, you can pick out an estate rose bush for free to come with it. You do pay the shipping, and it only applies to bushes. You can't get a tree or a climber for free, but you can pick out from our huge array of estate rose bushes. So you can see the retail value of this package easily pays for itself with all of the free products. On top of that, you get all the same membership perks as the collectors. You have reserved access to exclusive roses. You have the 48-hour early access to all the products. You get the 25% off all potted roses. And you get a little added discount. You get 30% off a David Austin Always in Bloom bouquet subscription and other fun exclusive offers. Here's where the conservators really have something interesting, and that's the fact of this trip to Columbia invitation. You know, the only way to go visit Alexandra Farms is with an invitation. You can't go there by yourself. And so we wanted to provide access for our conservator members if they choose to be able to go to Columbia. We only have 20 spots open. So it's a 3-day experience, and you can read all about it in here. We went through this really detailed yesterday. So I'm not going to go through this in detail, but we can certainly talk more about it in the future if you need to. Just so you understand, it's something that you're purchasing. It's a you buy your own airfare, you buy the package. It's not included the cost of the trip. The idea is that you as a conservator will have an opportunity to go. There's only 20 spots open, and so it's first come, first serve. And we will be rewarding the entire journey for free for one lucky conservator estate member. So every cost is covered, including the airfare. The last and final benefit of becoming a conservator is you get to be part of our rose naming committee. This is different than just submitting rose name ideas that sometimes other companies do. You get to be part of a committee. We're going to present to you the different roses that need named. In fact, we have 4 right now that need named. So we're going to be having a committee meeting very soon. You'll get to submit one name idea for every new variety, and the committee decides on which chosen name. And the person whose name wins will have we'll credit your name on all of our marketing materials, and you'll also get a free bush of that newly named rose. So that's the memberships in kind of a nutshell. So I guess, is there any questions before we dive into, is there anything else you wanted to say, Gracie, about kind of our quick recap before we move into some of our exclusives?
No, one of the recurring questions, I'm going through questions here on my phone and answering what I can, is about bare roots. A lot of people are asking about, they're saying, so no discount on bare roots. And I'm replying that Heidi has a new structure for bare roots that she'll talk to us about.
Yeah, great question. Yeah, so last year our membership included $5 off bare roots. This year it's a little bit different how we're going to manage, because we have such a big variety of bare roots, literally hundreds and hundreds of varieties. We are going to be doing lots of different fun ways to buy bare roots. We're going to be having bundles, and we're also going to be having basically a buy more, save more. So we want you to be able to mix and match. And so we want to be able to help you get the most value out of your bare roots, especially with shipping. And so we'll be having different price breaks for different amounts of roses that you purchase. So there's definitely discounts that the more that you buy, the more that you save. So as far as membership goes, where the deals are with bare roots is that you get a bunch of free ones. So that's really where the big discount lies for members, is the free one of your choice. We think it's a really exciting opportunity for you because there's not going to be anyone else that has the amount of varieties of bare root online as Grace Rose Farm. And so you're going to have the largest selection to choose your bare roots for free as part of the membership. And then in the future, as we have more really cool deals and bundle packages, you're going to see we're going to have lots of great deals going on with Bare Roots. We have an entire marketing calendar full of really fun events with Bare Root. So don't worry, you're going to have lots of ways to save with Bare Root other than membership, other than the free Bare Roots that you get. So hopefully that answers everyone's questions about that. Okay. Let's see. Well, let's dive into our exclusives. So we have a fun announcement to make today that with our partnership with Alexandra Farms, Grace Rose Farm has the exclusive distribution rights to all of Wabara and Princess Roses. And we are going to be bringing those to you. We've already in the past had some in Bare Root, but we're going to be expanding them. So we currently have a lot of crops going in different forms right now. And I want to show you what's available for 25 and 26 for both Wabara and Princess. We have a lot more coming down the pipeline that we're hoping will be ready next summer or fall. But I want to show you what will be ready in spring of 26 that will for sure be part of this membership. So let's start with some of the Wabara roses. So give me a second. I'm going to present again. Okay, Wabara. Okay, let's see. All right, awesome. Thanks Nick for helping me get that up there. So we have several varieties of Wabara that we're going to be introducing. In fact, we have 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 4 Wabara roses that we're going to be introducing to you in spring of 26. These are going to be available in 1 gallon. They're going to be own root, which we're excited about. So the first one I'm going to show you is Senritsu. So for those of you who aren't familiar with Wabara roses, these are Japanese roses. Wabara is a brand of roses that was developed for high petal count, beauty, long vase life, and they're just each have such a unique, they have such unique features to them. Japanese roses are very interesting. They're very, you can identify them very easily in the garden. So Senritsu is this beautiful kind of shell pink with just a tiny bit of coral in it. I encourage you to go on the Wabara Rose website and start looking at all the amazing things we're going to be bringing to you, including starting with Senritsu. So you can see very high petal count, beautiful, beautiful arrangement of the petals. This one is moderately fragrant, I would say, as far as fragrance goes.
But very long lasting, very, very, very long lasting. I've had this rose in the vase for up to 21 days from my garden right outside my house. And it blooms in the garden in beautiful sprays, gorgeous big sprays in the garden. So I love this one. Sorry.
Oh, good. Yes, please chime in. You have a lot more experience with these roses than I do. So, so that's Senritsu. Okay, so next I'm going to show you guys Loli. I love the color of this. This is a spray rose. This definitely blooms in clusters. There's not a lot of fragrance to this, but just has a beautiful, beautiful coloration on this. What does this one remind you of? This one, there's a specific one that reminds me. Trying to think of the name of it. it has that kind of like taupe, kind of earthy tones in it.
Yeah.
But anyway, such a beautiful coloration on this one. So we're excited to bring this spray rose to you.
It blooms all the time too. It's very, very, very prolific, both in the greenhouse and in the garden. So it performs really, really well. It's also extremely healthy, and the petals last surprisingly long for such a loosely, like, whereas Senritsu is a very densely cupped rose. It's almost like if you have to pry it open if you really wanted to. This one is so light and fluttery, but the vase life is really exceptional. So I don't see that many fluttery type of roses that have the vase life of this one. So it's beautiful.
Okay, let's go to our next one. Okay, this is Keoli Kazali. I hope I said that right. I've been practicing it to say it correctly, but this one has an incredible color. It's very, very fragrant.
Very.
And I saw this in production, and wow, I mean, it blooms, even maiden blooms on this are enormous. So I was really impressed by that. I always like to look at how the quality of a rose is by its maiden bloom, because maiden blooms generally have less petals. Sometimes their coloration can be a little bit different. Sometimes they won't even open, but this one like stood out to me in production. And so generally, if you have an incredible maiden bloom, that means you're going to have incredible flowering and incredible consistency. So just love the coloration and the shape and the petal arrangement on this one.
This is one that I'll add that Wabara uses for their tea. They make a tea that you can make and drink. And this is one that they make for the tea. And the tea is incredibly just light and airy, yet fragrant. And it's really delicious. And they also put this rose in their face mist. So Jenny actually purchased the Wabara, some of their lifestyle products for me. And so this one is both in their tea and their face mist. And the face mist is incredible. And the rose smells very, very similar to the face mist. So it's gorgeous.
Cool. Awesome. So we're excited. I'm excited about that one. This is like one of my favorite colors in roses. So, and I love it when there's fragrance as well. And I love it when they produce well. That's a big part of things that I love. Okay, let's see. Let's go over to Aoi Fuga. I hope I'm saying that right. That we will have for you. But the color on this one is incredible. Also a spray, but just look at that different color. It reminds me of the coloration a lot of like Desert Sky, where it kind of opens with some oranges and corals, but then finishes with mauves and kind of like some cedar undertones. Mm-hmm. So just really love the coloration on this one. So we're excited. We'll have that in 1 gallons en route for you this year. Okay, let's hop over to princess roses. So princess roses are actually a collection of different Japanese breeders. And the Princess Garden roses, this brand and this collection was really spearheaded by Alexandra Farms. And we're really excited to be able to start offering some of these in bushes. Some of these we've had before, some of these will be new. So for this spring, for 2025, we are going to have 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to have 5 of the princess roses in 1 gallons ready. So one of these we don't even have pictures of yet because it's so new. So let's go over, we have what we're going to have this year. We are going to have Princess Hoshiko, which I think this is an incredible color. I love this rose, and I love the shape of the petals. Just that white with that beautiful blush pink centered. It's very quartered, but it opens up to over 5 inches. So the beautiful thing about each one of these is they're named, and they have a very specific English meaning. So this Hoshiko means daughter of the stars. So such a beautiful rose.
Very fragrant. Very, very, very fragrant. I love it.
Yeah, so pretty. Okay, let's go back here. We are also going to have Princess Kaori, which is a purple, also very fragrant. So I love this cabbage style. Also opens really big, moderate fragrance, it says. And we're excited to have, I love lavender roses. So you kind of see, we have these really cool, how they apparate, how they open. You can kind of see like how it starts and then how it finishes. So it's really beautiful purple. Okay, we're also going to have, let me just double check, make sure I'm telling you the right timing on everything. We're also going to have Princess Kishi, which is so cool. It has some of that proliferation in the middle that a lot of people like really love when it opens all the way and you get that green proliferation in the middle. But just a beautiful kind of raspberry pink, means long and happy life. So you can see, we saw this in the field when at our grower and the 1 gallons, and it even has some proliferation, even some of the maiden blooms. So such a cool feature of this rose that's really desirable. Also really great base life. So we'll have Princess Kishi. Let's see. Have we done Hoshiko yet? Let's see. We did Hoshiko, we did Kaori, we did Princess Kishi, and Princess Sakura. Yeah, Cherry Blossom. So this is a really beautiful peach colored, and it has petals that also have like white and pink. So it's just a really beautiful kind of ombre colored rose with all of those different beautiful colors in them. So we will be carrying Princess Sakura or Cherry Blossom in our 1 gallons. Okay, so that's all of the Japanese roses that we're going to have for first thing in spring of 2026. We have 12 more that we're going to be adding late summer, fall next year. They will be available as 1 gallons, en route as well. So we're not going to present those to you today because I want to get them a little further along in production, but we have them coming, and we will have even more coming down the pipeline that we are bringing in and getting into quarantine. So we have an exciting future of Wabara and Princess Roses ahead. And I know you've been waiting patiently for us to talk about them and what we're going to have and in what form. So this is our very first crop that will be accessible only to, it'll only be accessible to collector and the conservator members. And the reason why is because we have a limited amount of these. And they're Japanese florist roses. And so and for some parts of the country, they do need to have people that are a little bit more able to care for them. So a lot of you already have some of these in your gardens, but they do need to be watched over a little bit more carefully. These have not gone through any sort of garden trialing in the US, other than in our own gardens in California and in some of your gardens. And so, that's why we want to reserve these for those folks. But don't worry, for those who maybe are just going to do the gardener or maybe choose not to become a member, we will have lots more of these in production in future years. So if you don't get one this year, we have more coming in the future. So we have very limited amount of them, and we just want to make sure that everyone who chooses those memberships, if that's the primary reason why you're choosing it, just understand that we're not limiting how many each member can purchase. So it's kind of first come, first serve. There'll be lots of communication to you about when we're going to drop it, and so exact time and date, so you'll know and you'll be ready. But once they're gone, they're gone. So we have, of these 1 gallon Japanese roses, we have about 2,000 of them for spring, early spring 25. We have over 10,000 coming. Late summer and fall is our next crop. So, so just keep that in mind that there's very limited amount of those. So just so that you're aware. Next I get to show you. So that's our Japanese roses for spring. And we have so many more coming. It's an exciting opportunity for you guys and for us. Okay, so now I'm going to show you a little sneak peek at some of our other exclusives that we have that we've been kind of talking about a little bit. I can only show you pictures of one, but we're going to talk about the rest. I can at least talk about them. The interesting thing about the rose world is when you introduce a new rose into the market, in order to patent them and to trademark them, you have to be careful of when you start announcing it to people, because that's considered a first offer of sale and it can affect your patentability. And so we're always really careful here. All these Japanese roses, we have them trademark protected. So they're ours. These are our roses. We know there's some other people selling them online. We've reached out to them because they're no longer allowed to sell them without paying a royalty to us. But so I can show you one that has already, the patent's already been applied for, and it's a Cortez rose. So I'm going to share my screen. This has been introduced in Europe, and we at Grace Rose Farm are getting the exclusive on it. So give me a second and I'll share my screen again here. This platform is so amazing, Nick. I love it so much. So much easier. Okay, so this is a Cortez rose. For those of you who don't know Cortez, I'm sure most of you here know, but Cortez is a German breeder, and I love the Cortez genetics because of a few things. Cortez, because they breed in Germany, Germany has banned all fungicides. And so they literally can't use fungicides at all. They've been breeding and trialing and testing without fungicides for longer than anybody else. They're also in northern Germany, which is a little bit cooler, and it's also humid. And so their roses tend to be really good for more humid environments and colder environments. Everything Cortez does is on own root. That's brought into the US, including this one. There are some that are budded, but the majority of them are own root. So they're very, very winter hardy. But this is one of the ones that we've been awarded the exclusive rights to. And in Europe, it's called Marzipan. It is a beautiful ivory rose, very high petal count, great fragrance. I wouldn't say it's a 10 of 10 fragrance. I would give it like a 7 or an 8 out of fragrance. But it is an incredible rose. You can actually go and research it on Cortez's German website. But I'll kind of walk you through a little bit of some of the pictures. This thing in production, it's been in the US since the late 2010s, early 2020s, and it has gone through extensive trialing here in the US. It's very healthy. It's very hardy, very prolific bloomer. Let's give you a couple close-ups. You can see how beautiful it is. It comes out. It has that kind of ivory and creams with a little bit of peach. A very beautiful cupped form. Just an excellent performer. We have some of this in our stock block is currently at one of our growers. And it was wonderful to watch it come out. It was one of the first to bloom and set bud out of a bare root that has been in the cooler for a long time, which generally they take a long time to wake up. So I could just see its vigor. So really excited about this. I saw this in the research and trialing blocks at my years at Star and loved this rose. Lots of people were trying to get their hands on it, but we've been awarded it. So we're very excited and very honored to have a Cortez exclusive rose here in our collection that fits what we love, right? We want roses that are high petal count, fragrant, romantic, beautiful colors, healthy, own root, all of the things. So we're really excited about this one. We're going to be renaming it. This is going to be one that our Conservator members will be participating in helping us rename. So if you're thinking about being the conservator membership, start thinking about some fun name ideas. It's part of the Eleganza series. So if you're familiar with like Eleganza Wedding Bells and Eleganza Fiji, they put the only roses that can go into that classification in Germany are ones that last really long in the vase. That's really a qualification for this rose. So we love this for making bouquets, and it's super healthy. So anyway, excited about that, and I hope you guys are too. And Andy says she submits a name, Marzipan. You know, there's a lot of debate whether you change names from their original names to here. You know, we've kept all the Japanese names, so it's very possible we could keep that same name. But we'll let that committee decide on that, and if we want to keep it.
Heidi, there's a couple of questions. Can you explain the difference between when a rose seller would be awarded a pre-release versus what these are? So like Loves Me Not. I think some people may think that these will go back to Star next year and we only have them for a year. So if you can explain that, please.
Yeah, for sure. Great question, because there's a huge difference. So like with Purple Aura, if you guys were on when we were talking about the story of Purple Aura, and that's how Gracie and I met, Star awarded Gracie the pre-release on that. So basically she was able to sell it a year or two in advance of Star Roses introducing it. So you now see Purple Aura in their 2026 catalog and their offerings. And so you'll start to see Purple Aura everywhere. Pre-releases are a way that breeders use to sell off their trialing stock. It's a way to build up stock and sell that stock as a bare root when there's not enough for them to release it themselves. So there may only be a couple thousand, and for someone like Star or Weeks, that's just not enough to launch a rose, right? They need minimum 4,000 to 5,000 to 6,000. They may only have 500 or 600 or 800. Because remember, all roses started with 5 cuttings. And so going from 5 to 6 to 10,000 takes a long time. And so they use pre-releases, and Loves Me Not is a good example. When I was there, Loves Me Not was awarded to a couple different people as a pre-release. But this is different, what you're seeing here. So whenever a company or a breeder awards an exclusive, this rose belongs to us 100%, top to bottom. We get to do anything we want with it. It's our rose. You won't see it anywhere else. This is the only place, unless we decide to allow someone else to sell it. It gives us the rights to license it, propagate it, sell it, name it, patent it, trademark it. It's 100% Grace Rose Farm. You won't see this anywhere else. And there's some people that use the word exclusive very loosely. But this is a true exclusive to us. So this is us. It's only us. So hopefully that made sense. There's definitely a difference between the two. Let's talk a little bit about how this will be available and who it's available to. So because this is an exclusive rose, this will be reserved for this first year just for our collector and conservators. We do have bare roots of it this year to sell, just a very limited amount, but we do have some. We will also have 1 gallon own root of this next spring and summer. So we will be offering it in both forms in limited quantities. And then we have it in production already for much larger quantities to open up later down the pipeline, right? So the reason why we're limiting this to just the top 2 tiers is, once again, very limited quantities. We want to give you that perk, that access to them first before we would release larger numbers to everybody. So once again, we'll only have a few hundred of these at the most. That's another reason why it's part of that build-up process and that stock build. Reason why we're limiting it and just offering it to our members. Okay, so I think I'll stop sharing because I can't show you pictures of the other 3 I'm going to tell you about. Which is too bad because they're incredible. So I got to use my words. So hopefully I can get you excited just by talking about them. We have, I'll talk next about what I personally feel is really fascinating and a cool story. I know none of you have heard of Scott Trees because he's not a known rose breeder because he doesn't have any roses introduced yet. Dr. Trees he has been a plant breeder for almost 40 years with Ball Horticultural Company. Ball Horticultural owns Star Roses and Plants. They bought them back in 2017, 2018. Ball Horticultural is the largest horticultural company in the world. They own greenhouses, breeder rights, stuff all over the world. Everything from seed to cut flowers to now roses, shrubs, trees. But their primary business is in annuals. And so Scott Trees, he owns over 300 plant patents in his name, many of them for geraniums. But he's been breeding roses in his backyard for years. And this is a testament to how long it takes a breeder to successfully breed a rose and get it to the point that it's worthy of introduction. He's now retired from Ball, and this will be his very first rose on the market, and we have it. So it's a beautiful, beautiful deep pink. It is incredibly fragrant, high petal count, very healthy, produces in sprays. And I'm excited to show you other things. I'm really hoping we can get access to more of his roses. I saw them and met him, and his partner came out in the Pennsylvania Rose Hell trials, that we like to call it. Very high eastern, high humidity disease pressure, and it performed well there. So I'm excited that we have his rose. It'll be en route. We'll have very tiny, tiny, small quantities of this in bare root, but we'll have some 1 gallons in spring. So this will be the very first ever Scott Trees rose, and we're excited about that. So it's a beautiful dark pink. It's kind of like a cherry. The color reminds me of Loves Me, Loves Me Not. But the petal formation is different than Loves Me, Loves Me Not. And it's not as high petal count. I mean, I don't know if anything can be as high as petal count as Loves Me, Loves Me Not. But you will love this rose. It's beautiful. The fragrance, the vase life, it fits our story and our clientele. So I hope to get him on a call like this to introduce you guys to him when we go to actually put it and launch it on the website, because you guys will love him. He's such a sweet old man and incredibly smart plant breeder. So anyway, excited for that one. The other two are Mayon, our Mayon varieties. We got awarded 2 hybrid teas from Mayon. One of them, and I try not to exaggerate too much because I get excited about roses. I wish I could show you pictures. This one is probably the largest rose I've ever seen. And when I was out in the field with our bare root rose grower, she's like, Heidi, I've never seen a rose like this. And when you see that in a research block, that like, it's brutal in the research block, right? It's 100 degrees there all the time. They're planted 5 inches apart. Like, it's not an ideal circumstance for roses. You know, you see them almost at their worst. It's more of a production setting. It's like a cup and saucer is the only way I can explain it. Very strongly cupped with this beautiful petals that sit outward. And it's just packed. It's so thick and dense. It's a really dark pink and very fragrant. Very different flower form than Loves Me, Loves Me Not. Different color than Loves Me, Loves Me Not. Much deeper cup. Like if you were to look at it from the side, it's very deep. So just such a cool rose that we get access to. So excited to have that. That's also very, very limited quantities, very small amount of bare root on that one. And we will have some 1 gallons in the spring. We have one other one from Mayon that we have a little bit larger quantities on. That is beautiful. It reminds me of Ball Gown, except a little bit different coloration and more compact. So if you love that beautiful, like true pink, like if you're a pink girl and you love fragrance, you're going to love this rose that we were getting from Mayon. It's a hybrid tea, high petal, beautiful, true pink, ball gown pink, very fragrant, great in vase life. It's got that typical Mayon powerhouse genetics behind them. So all of them own root. They perform great on root, so they're winter hardy. They've been well tested and trialed in the United States. So they're high performing hybrid teas. So those are our exciting 4 new hybrid teas that are exclusive to us. And when I say exclusive here, I mean just us, nobody else, not a pre-release. You will only find them here. So
we get to name them.
Right? And we get to name them. Yes. So our conservators, you guys will get to name these. I have permission from them in the conservator committee meeting while we're naming. I can show you pictures, and you'll get to see them and help name them. So we're going to do that very, very soon, because we're going to be selling some of those bare roots here in the next couple months. So we're excited about that. We're meeting with Mayon in the fields here in October, and we're going to be looking at a lot of other exclusives. I'm hoping to get you guys lots more for 26, 27, and who knows, maybe even a few more for 25. We'll see. So we're excited to be able to offer exclusive all across the range, from really rare Japanese roses all the way to tried and true Cortez Mayon, to a brand new breeder that's breaking through into the rose industry with well-trialed star trials to claim on his rose. So it's kind of fun that we're able to offer a vast majority, no matter where you live in the country. If you're in dry, if you're in humid, if you're in cold, if you're in hot, we have exclusive roses for you. So yeah, I think that's it. I want to make sure everyone, really, before you make your decision, that you understand just how limited the quantities are in this first round. And we're working hard on building stock as quickly as we can. And yeah, let's see if there's any questions. Is there anything else that you want to go over, Gracie, today?
I'm looking at the questions. Not too many questions that you haven't covered.
Okay.
So a couple of people asked about bare root. So that's still going to be mid to late September, correct? Bare root sales?
Yeah. Yep. It'll probably be late September, most likely. Yep.
Late September. And we have lots and lots of really rare, small quantity, coveted garden roses in that our normal bare root offerings, which the members will have early access to getting. So expect those will probably go quickly, the really rare ones.
Yeah, they will. Some of them are very little limited quantities of those. And that's the great thing about, no matter what membership level you're at with those ones, even if you're just the gardener, the $99 one, they're non-exclusive to us. And so you're going to get 48-hour access to those. So that's a huge point of that lower tier too. If you're not too interested in the exclusives and you can wait, and maybe that price point makes more sense, you still get that really wonderful access to some of those new products. And I have to tell you, we have some really cool things coming in potted roses in the next 6 weeks too. So I just finalized a deal with a grower this morning. Maybe I'll give you just a little sneak peek. I don't know if any of you ever heard of the green rose, Rosa viridiflora. I was able to secure some of those in estate size. So we're going to be able to, like, you will, as a member, you would have first access. That's a really, really hard rose to find because it's incredibly difficult to propagate. So we have some really neat, fun, different things, some species roses, some beautiful, we have hundreds more roses that we're going to be dropping in the store over the next 6 weeks that you'll have first access to. So the green rose is one of them. So.
And the only other one is we have the second Wanderlust next summer as well.
Yes. Oh, yes. I guess. Yeah. We'll announce that. I'm not going to tell you which one it is, but we do have another, and that's actually a Mayon rose. So, interestingly enough, a little backstory. If you missed the pink tumbleweed backstory, so pink tumbleweed, which is exclusively ours, is a Japanese bred rose. Mayon began breeding with that rose to create other roses that are like that. And so the first one of theirs we have been also awarded the exclusive access to, will be coming out next summer. So we have that in production right now. And we'll be announcing that when we announce the award of the photo contest for Pink Tumbleweed. And you as members will have first dibs at that crop of the second variety in the Wanderlust Rose series. So
it's pretty incredible. It's growing really fast.
Oh my gosh.
That rose is like a weed. That is in a good way.
In a good way. Yeah.
Incredibly fast growing and incredibly unique and great cutting rose, great arranging rose. It fits all the boxes. And I couldn't believe how fast it's growing when I saw it the other day. I was just
yeah, it's incredible. It's just these short cycle roses that you're going to see more and more from us, and these Wanderlust roses have so much vigor in them. It's great. They just make it easy. Easy for people to grow. So
yeah. Well, tomorrow Heidi's going to share some of the other unique and collectible plants that we're going to be offering. Right?
Yeah. Yep. So we're going to give you a little sneak peek into what it would look like at your 48-hour access of non-exclusive products. So we're going to tell you about all this work we've been doing in the background and the things that we're going to be launching over the next 6 to 8 months, all the way up through Mother's Day, of things that you're going to have first access to that are brand new to Grace Rose Farm. And whether you're a gardener, collector, or conservator, you're going to have first stab at these plants. So we're bringing another grower on board in the East Coast, in Connecticut, who I used to work for years ago, who is a fabulous grower, one of the best. I've seen a lot of growers, so I'm trying to bring just the best growers to us. And they grow some really weird stuff in small quantities. They also grow a lot of amazing stuff in large quantities. And we're going to talk about some of the products we're going to bring from them and offer to you guys as members. And you'll have 48-hour access to it before anyone else. So we're going to do that tomorrow.
Yeah, beautiful companions for your roses. Okay. Joe wants to know if peonies are one of them.
Yes, they are. We heard you loud and clear. We asked you early on when I came on, what other types of plants are you looking for? You guys told me hydrangeas, lilacs, and peonies were the first three. So we have an incredible collection of those three. So I'll give you just a little sneak peek, but there's more of that stuff too coming. So,
all right, amazing. Be sure to enter the sweepstakes that's posted to our group. I believe Nick pinned it to the top of the group for winning a conservator membership. And we're going to choose somebody tomorrow. And it's completely not based on your past performance in the group, your past engagement. It's just based on your entry. So be sure to enter that and just follow the rules for entry. And then we will have a powwow, us and the moderators, and we'll choose somebody. So April says she entered. Can I pick the winner? So, all right. Thank you, everyone.
Yeah, thank you guys. We'll see you tomorrow.
Okay. Thank you.